Out with Rico and Carla is about to go live online. Catch select moments of All Out hit music, All Out celebrity interviews, All Out showbiz and sports news, All Out fun. Mid-mornings on The Monster. Streaming video on the Monster Facebook page at RX931, the Monster YouTube channel at RX931, or twitch.tv/Monster RX931. Your All Out hosts, Rico Robles and Carla Aguas. Stand by and enjoy the program.
It's your birthday.
Good morning! What's up, everybody? And welcome to the show. Hello to everybody over on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch as well. Thank you for joining us on this wonderful Wednesday morning. Rico, let everybody know what we got today. I'm going to fix this up.
Ladies and gentlemen, we do got a lot in store for everybody. And just like today, it is a Wednesday. It's all about Wednesday. We're going to have her back on the show. Bring her back, the third time already on the show. But this time around, she does have a movie where she plays a maid. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. None other than KYLIE VERZOSA.
Hey, KYLIE.
Guys.
Oh my gosh, you look good, girl.
Wow, thank you. And I think it's the morning. It's not my best look, but thanks so much for having me back. It's actually my third time here, no?
Yeah,
it's your third time. So before anything else, KYLIE, how are you? How have you been? It's been a busy couple of months for you.
Yeah, I've just been so grateful. I've been quite busy. We just finished ECQ, so actually we spent ECQ in Subic. Oh, hey guys. We spent ECQ in Subic, so it was quite good, but now we're back home because we have to promote the movie.
Hey, working on a movie. Of course, the movie is Housemaid. So when was the movie shot? When was it? Was it before ECQ, before everything else? Or how was the process in making it?
Good question. We actually shot last year around this time. So it's been in post-prod for about a year now. So actually, it was actually made for a theatrical release sana. So we were really hoping na magbukas na yung mga cinema. Pero wala pa talaga eh. So the producers decided to release it on Viva Max na lang because we don't know when the cinemas are gonna open again. But yeah, so far so good. The feedback's been good for the film.
I mean, KYLIE, it's no surprise to anybody that the feedback's been good. The trailer, I think, on its first day, over 1 million views. I mean, people were really going crazy for it. I mean, it trended on Twitter. Now, I just want to congratulate you in advance because this is actually, if I'm not mistaken, your first title role, right? Like, this is your first movie that's coming out that's a title role, and it's a Filipino adaptation of, like, this Korean mega hit, right? I mean, walk us through that. How did it feel when you were approached and they were like, KYLIE, we're giving you your first title role, and it's not just any role. It's an adaptation of the Korean movie. I mean, what was that like for you? What was your initial reaction?
Hey, it's Leo again. Making me kulit. But grabe, actually, when they first gave me the project, I was a bit hesitant because the film itself, parang ang daming requirement ng film physically, mentally. So it took me siguro about 3 days to accept the project, and I had to watch the project first before accepting it because I didn't want like my first title role to be good morning. I didn't want my first title role to be super sexy, but when I watched the film, I fell in love with it right away. And also, Jake nudged me a bit. He was like, "Boo, accept it. It's such a good film." I'm like, "Okay, let's do it."
Now, just to tell us, can you tell us without spilling too much the storyline or the plot of the movie?
Okay, so it's about a housemaid that she goes into a rich family mansion, and you see like the difference in class, but then she kind of um, something happens and the relationships within the family kind of get like messed up, but at the
Mhm.
same time, she discovers herself inside the mansion.
Mhm.
Whether that's good or bad, I don't know, but it's a story of self-discovery because of everything that's been happening to her.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
okay,
I
okay.
mean, that's interesting in and of itself. And then
Okay,
cut
okay.
to the trailer. Now, the trailer, Kylie, I'm not gonna lie. I watched it maybe 3 times consecutively
Oh my
because
goodness, thank you.
I was really like, this is such a different movie, just in general. From the treatment, like it's very dark, mysterious. The dialogue that they show in the trailer, like you don't really know much, but you kind of do. I mean, when you started production, when you guys started filming, like you said, it took you 3 days before you accepted the role. You were a little
Yeah,
hesitant.
yeah.
What was it like stepping on set? Were you also nervous again? Did you have to like get in the zone? Like, what was the feeling, the environment like when you guys were filming Housemaid?
I was so nervous first because, well, once they gave me the cast, the supporting cast, Miss Jacqueline Jose, Albert Martinez, I was like, oh my goodness, I don't think I could have asked for a better supporting cast than this. And Jake was
Mm-hmm.
like, you're so lucky. So when I knew that they were the ones na kabatuhan ko ng mga
Mhm.
linya, then I really had to prepare as much as I could for the role.
Mhm.
So I said this, pero usually may baon ako mga like 5 choices because when I went to
Mhm.
set, I don't think I already had an idea how to play her because she was such a complicated character. When I got to set, that's when I had so many questions for my director. Parang and so many questions, and
Mhm.
I was just ready with a few choices na kung anong ihingin niya, bibigay ko that day. So I
Mhm.
guess it took me 2, 3 days to find the character talaga because the first day medyo nangangapa ka pa, you don't know, or everyone's the first day. But on
Mhm.
the second, third day, fourth day even, I'm like, okay, I think I found her. So it
So,
was super. And when you're on set with like veteran actors,
mhm.
you just have to be really, really prepared because you don't want to mess up. You don't want to like, fuck up or something.
I mean,
Because yeah, you just
can,
really need to be super prepared.
I mean, can you imagine, right? I mean, acting with Jacqueline Jose, and of course, when it comes to sexy films, Mr. Scorpionites himself, Mr. Albert
Yeah.
Martinez. Diba? Is there any tips that you got from Miss Jacqueline Jose in tackling the role?
I actually no parang it wasn't a role na syempre they gave you the lead role, so it wasn't like, hey, do you have any advice for me how to play it? No, it wasn't like
Mhm.
that. It was more of like, dapat handa na ako pumunta sa set and then
Mhm.
I just know how to act well.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And I did ask her for maybe more like chikahan portion on set. Yung,
Mhm.
I asked her about if her daughter wanted to enter showbiz by herself or did she coach her, things like that.
Mhm.
But
Mm-hmm.
on set, I didn't ask for much advice on how do you think I should do this, do that. I was just more
Mhm.
prepared. And with
Mhm.
the pandemic situation, I guess it helped because we weren't able to mingle with each
Mhm.
other so much. We had like our
Mm-hmm.
own individual tents, and
Mhm.
that
Mm-hmm.
helped me with my character because I just really needed so much concentration on her. I didn't want so much noise. I wanted to be secluded. And when we got on set, that's the time when we actually all saw each other the lang. We rehearse
Mhm.
like one, two times, and then we take, and then we leave the set. So it was,
Wow.
yeah, yeah, it was quite a difficult process, but actually it
Mhm.
helped because my relationship with their family was medyo aloof. So it
Mhm.
quite
Mm-hmm.
helped with my character because I had no idea what they were doing and I didn't know much about their family. It kind of helped. Hey, Ariane, it kind of helped with my character.
Yeah, actually, you used it to your advantage. But Kylie, since we're on the topic
Exactly.
of your character, I mean, like we keep saying, diba, it took you a while to accept the role. What was it about Daisy, right? I think her name is Daisy in the film. What was it about her that made you say, okay, I'm in love with this character. I want to play her. I'm going to do my best. Like, what was it about the character that you loved the most?
That's such a difficult question because Daisy is such a difficult character to portray. She's like totally my opposite. She's nothing like me, you know? She's like the furthest thing from me. So it was quite difficult for me to play her just because she was my exact opposite.
Mhm.
Um, I did love her, but at the same time, ang dami niya kasing napagdaanan. When I finished each day, I was like, oh my goodness. That was difficult. You know, like
Yeah.
it was such a heavy project for me na parang, and at the height of the pandemic, it was a lot of like tears were shed at the end of the day because parang it was such a difficult day, ganyan.
Mhm.
Parang after we finished taping her, I was like, actually, the trivia is we lacked a day of shooting even for the
Mhm.
movie because of the circumstances. But after the whole process, I was like, asked myself, "Are you ready to let go of Daisy?" I was like, "I'm ready to let go of Daisy.
But what do
I'm
you mean
ready to let go of
opposite?
her."
But what do you mean
So,
opposite? Like, in what ways are you guys different? Like, if you were to give us like a list, like, how are you
Mhm.
guys so different?
okay, okay. So Daisy is, you know, like your typical maid. So how does your maid act? Like my maid is usually mahiyain, like that. She's she won't like sit with you in the table. She's her the highest like education she's gotten for my
Mhm.
character was high school.
Mm-hmm.
So she's very yung galing sa puso yung mga decision making niya.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And she's not so confident. She lacks confidence. She doesn't. To her, the house is like the biggest thing ever. She's never gonna
Mhm.
achieve this kind of, um, richness, ganyan. So very
Mm-hmm.
mababa yung tingin niya sa sarili niya.
Mhm.
Um, what else? Yeah, she's not the most secure character ever, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, things happen inside the house, and then she just um finds herself.
And with of course acting is some of it's method acting. So paano
Mm-hmm.
yung approach mo nun? Like if it's a complete opposite of you as a person, so did Jake have to help you out? Na parang
Yeah.
did you ask him for advice? Because he is an award-winning actor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't think you can actually teach method acting. So usually with Jake and I actually we discuss the scenes
Mhm.
together. He would be like, okay, why are you doing this? Why is your character doing this? It's because of this, that. She did achieve this, so she's doing this. You know, it's more of like you're discussing the character, but on set, I got this from Tito Albert, and hi, Eliza. I got this from Tito Albert. Parang they asked like, "What was your first impression of me?" We had like this Q&A part, and he was like, "I thought you were really quiet," and I was like, "What? Really?" Even Miss Jacqueline was like, "Yeah, you were just really quiet." I'm like, you know what? That's just my character. Feeling ko it's my character talaga because I was really just in character. Oh, they like siguro Kylie and like being a beauty queen was the exact opposite. Like
Mhm.
she's confident. She talks to people. She can be loud. You know, she's sure of herself. While Daisy is like the exact opposite. She's
Mhm.
shy. She doesn't want to be seen. She doesn't want to be with you. She'll just do her job and then leave. You
Mhm.
know, that's Daisy's character.
I mean, Kylie, I think we can all agree that you really are on your way into taking more and more difficult and challenging roles. And I think that's very exciting. You
Oh,
really
thank
stepped
you.
away from your model, beauty queen
Mhm.
image. I mean, of course, you're still bringing us pride by appearing in magazine covers and
Thank you.
representing the
Thank you.
country. But really, you're taking on all these roles that are so different for you. And I think that's really exciting in terms of your acting because it just goes to show that you have a lot to offer. Now, I mean, with the housemaid and it being as intense as it is, like you said, you're ready to let go of Daisy. But do you think that this is a chance for you to challenge yourself more, to take on other roles that you might not necessarily be comfortable with? Diba?
Yeah, definitely. That was also one reason why I accepted the project. Because, I mean, if you're not scared of something, then how will you grow?
Mm-hmm.
So I decided to take it because it was one a challenge for me in the beginning. Like I didn't think it was the complete opposite of me. I didn't think I can do it. So I was up for the challenge. And at the same time, I also told my bosses at Viva na parang I wanted to do like darker, heavier roles because I don't know,
Mm.
I'm kind of into like psychological thrillers. So and mas masarap talaga umarte na drama, na mas mabigat compared to like, don't get me wrong, I love like comedies and everything. I actually have another film coming out na medyo mas comedy, but I prefer the heavier, the darker roles. Mas masarap siyang iarte. Yeah.
Look at her. I
Wow.
love
Yeah.
it.
Now, Kylie, what were the scenes na sobrang hirap for you?
Mm.
As far as acting in front of the camera, doing specific scenes, ano yung
Mm-mm.
pinakamahirap?
Um, ang dami because the role itself was so parang physically mm, uh they asked me actually if like the intimate scenes were hard to do and I was saying, were you nervous at all? As Kylie, yes, I'd be nervous, but as my character, I don't think she would be nervous because it's her choice. So that was the way for me to tanggalin yung kaba na yun. Once I step into her shoes, then okay, everything will be fine. But if you go back to me, then I'm like dead because I'm like like so nervous like on set. But once I step into her shoes, okay, okay, this is fine. I'm fine here. Yeah. I guess the hardest scenes for me were the ones with Miss Jacqueline, I would say. Because
Mm.
I found her like so intimidating, and in the beginning we had so much scenes together, and it was like really drama scenes. So parang I really had like just one take. So I was like, girl, you gotta do it well, because it's Miss Jacqueline in front of you. You cannot, like, you can't take two. And she was saying, oh, bawal magkamali ah. Bawal magka-take two. Ako lang pwede magkamali. I was like, oh my goodness, let's do it.
No, but that helped, that helps you as well because she's kind of poking at your character, 'di ba? Like,
Yeah,
bawal mag-take
yeah.
two for you. So parang that gives you an opportunity then to really, 'di ba, feel what it's like if you were in Daisy's shoes. I think that's a really interesting dynamic, Kylie. And thanks for sharing what it was like on set because, Rico and I, we know that actors go into a bubble and they act and whatever. But we didn't know, like, for this movie, that you guys separate, so you really didn't know what was going on, and that probably helped add to the whole film in general, right?
Exactly. Especially with Tito Albert. He was barely on set. Like, I only saw him talaga kapag nag-eksena na kami. And it actually helped because I didn't know anything about this character at all. And our characters were kind of aloof talaga. So it's like, who is this guy? So, okay lang. It helped with the scenes. But with Miss Jacqueline, we got, because we had some scenes together. So during waiting time, we would just either sit beside each other and then that's when I would ask her questions and she would answer naman ganyan. So it was quite kind of like yung role namin is like apprentice and master ganyan. Miss Jacqueline's actually the mayor doma of the house. So she
Oh,
also plays.
wow. Okay,
Yeah,
so
Oh,
may
yeah.
ano rin,
Yeah,
okay.
I've never
merong
said this in
ganun
an interview
factor.
because no one asked, but I'm saying it
Ah,
here.
yay,
She's
we gotta
actually the
listen
Yeah.
mayor
to it.
doma of the house.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. That makes more sense now in terms
Yeah.
of the trailer as well. Okay. Thank you
Yeah,
for sharing
yeah,
that,
yeah.
Kylie. Okay.
Yeah,
Back
yeah.
to back to the trailer. Like we said, it's already road to 5 million, I think, in terms of views.
Yeah, yeah.
When you started getting the tweets and the DMs and the comments and the messages, How did you feel? I'm sure you were nervous right before the trailer came
I
out.
was so
And then,
nervous.
yeah, and then when it was finally out and you saw the incredible reactions, I mean, what was that feeling like, Kylie? Because it's your first title role.
Yeah, sobra. Like, at first, I was even telling my friends, hey, can you share the trailer, please? I was messaging my group
Oh,
of friends. I'm like, hey, guys, can you please watch the trailer? Because it only had like just a few like few thousand, what, parang views pa lang. So
views.
I was like, hey,
Mm.
can you share this trailer for me? Ganyan. I even asked my family, can you share this trailer? But then I started getting like feedback and not aside from my fans' feedback, like
Mhm.
the outside people's feedback, and I was like, oh my goodness, wow! I'm like, oh my goodness, I couldn't believe it, and parang
Mhm.
nakakakilig, nakakataba ng puso, and parang
Mhm.
yeah, just so grateful na oh my God, finally they get to see another side of me and something I've been really working on and something I've been carrying. We shot this last year pa and parang
Mhm.
when I go to another set, it's something na parang feeling ko kaya ko naman umarte but they still hi Yvette, hi Karen. But they still, I don't know, like see me as a beauty queen. But it's always been a dream of mine for them to see me as an actress. So
Mhm.
hopefully and thankfully they finally see me as one now.
Now,
Ooh.
Kylie, when you were a beauty queen, was it something that you always wanted to get into? Show business, acting?
Actually, yeah, they've asked me this question. It wasn't really my plan, but
Mhm.
it was kind of like a dream of mine talaga since I was a kid. Parang a
Mhm.
secret dream of mine when I was a kid. But I was always told na masyado akong matangkad for TV. Wag, walang
Mhm.
prepare sa'yo. So it's always in my mind na, okay, I'm too tall for TV. So I guess I'm just gonna model. So I modeled, I went abroad and everything, and then I joined pageants. But in my head, it was always like, Parang parang hindi ko fit yung normal mold ng artista kasi
Mhm.
matangkad ako, ganyan. Parang it was
Mhm.
always in my head, like they kind of briefed me for it. But then, um, once I started to accept the offers after Miss International, I started to
Mhm.
love the craft. Parang, ooh, this is like something interesting and
Mhm.
something I really wanted to get into, especially after Los Bastardos when I thought I didn't do so well.
Mhm.
That's when I was like, okay, I think I need to study more. And being with Jake also really helped because I see
Mhm.
how good he is at acting and how passionate he is about his craft, about
Mhm.
acting. So I was like, wow, parang gusto ko rin. Ganyan.
Mm.
Okay, the acting comes in. Thank you, Jake.
I
Diba?
know. Thank you so much, Jake. But
Diba?
he's
Okay,
been so helpful talaga.
then in comes the scenes with Albert Martinez, the legendary Albert Martinez. How is it?
Yes.
Pogi ba in person? Pogi siya in person.
Pogi siya in person. Oh my God, Pogi siya in person. But he still looks good for his age, ha?
Mm.
I don't know how old Tito Albert is. I didn't ask na, but yeah, but he looks good for his age. And yeah, the way he looks on screen, ganun din yung itsura niya. Super fit also. And
Mm.
I think I overheard lang talaga no, hindi talked. I overheard him talking. He only eats like one meal a day to
Oh,
maintain
okay.
his body. And I was like, wow, ako nga
Wow.
nakakadalawa, tatlo a day.
Kylie,
Wow, ganyan
as
pala.
if you're so fit. Okay. I mean, you know what,
Thank
girl?
you, thank you.
We have this segment on the show called All Out Questions where we ask just random fun questions. And since we're on the topic of fitness, aside from being an actress, you also became everybody's like fitness goals. Like, girl,
Ay, thank
your
you.
Instagram cannot be denied. Like, maganda ka, yes. Talented ka, yes. Pero
Ay,
yung body
thank
mo, it's
you.
not, your body isn't sexy. Your body is fit. Like, you are
Oh, thank you,
toned.
thank you.
Toned. I mean,
Thanks, Carla.
can we talk about fitness? Was this something that you
Game,
also were
game.
very passionate about, or because Jake runs like 1,000 miles a day, did he kind of tell you
Sobra.
like, Kylie, let's work
Sobra.
out. And then you ended up loving it. Like, what's the story behind your fitness?
Actually, a lot of people don't know, but I struggled with weight after Miss International. I already lost like 15, 20 pounds na.
Mhm.
And not a lot of people know this because I wasn't posting a lot of pictures back then. But I had problems with my weight because it would fluctuate. But when I got
Mhm.
together
Mm-hmm.
with Jake, he introduced me, he was kind of vegan na rin eh. Parang he was pescatarian.
Mhm.
So I tried cutting out started eating less muna, and then I started cutting out meat, and
Mhm.
then I
Mm-hmm.
started cutting out beef, chicken, pork, and then started cutting out carbs. But now I eat healthy. I'm just like on a
Mhm.
pescatarian diet, but I work out a lot during the
Mhm.
pandemic also. My the only thing I was looking forward to, especially in the lockdown, was running outside. That was
Mhm.
like my release and that was my therapy na rin. Parang that was the only thing I was looking forward to at a certain point. Like my 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. runs outside. Then I would run like
Mhm.
a 3 kilometer run or like a 5 kilometer, and then I would like do kettlebell workouts here at home, just watch like YouTube videos. Yeah, that's all I do. But like I have like so much sweets, huh? Like I'm like such a milk tea addict pa rin, and yeah, and like yeah, I have like all these yogurt drinks or whatever, anything like sweet I can drink.
I
Sana,
Yeah, but
mean,
I
sana
really
all.
don't like
Life
stop
is
myself.
not fair.
But Jake kasi, yeah, minsan nape-pressure din ako kasi minsan sasabihin niya, oh, nag-workout ka na. I'm like, kailangan ba? You know? Parang, oh my God, kailangan ba? Oh, mag-workout ka na, ganyan. Especially when I'm like, just at home, oh, mag-workout ka na. Oh, okay, sige, wait lang. But he's crazy. He works out so much talaga. Ako, I work out siguro 4 times a week. 4 or 5 times a
Mm.
week.
and what if it's like a complete rest day for you? You don't want to work out. You have no taping day. How is a rest day like for Kylie?
Yeah.
Ooh, rest day. I sleep. Like, I literally sleep. Honestly, like,
Mhm.
I don't like having rest days. I would rather be busy than like not doing anything. I go crazy when I'm not doing anything or when there's like nothing on my schedule. I'm like, hmm, I have to do something. So it's either I always keep myself occupied, whether that's like I don't know, right now I also started a vlog, so okay, what else can we do? Let's do this or let's plan this for mental health matters or
Mhm.
yeah, I just like keeping myself busy, but on a free day I would consider like a workout,
Mhm.
run,
Mm-hmm.
or we go on vacations with Jake, like just short vacations here, Subic or like short beach trips. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's when we really unwind and not do anything.
Wow, hashtag couple goals. You know, Kylie, since you spoke about mental health matters, I think another reason why so many people gravitated towards you when you became a beauty queen and even after is you're an advocate for mental health. You have always been very firm in your stand of how important it is that we take care of our mental health. And you know, this entire lockdown, all of the ECQs, MECQs, A1Qs, like it's gotten to the point that people really just super struggle with their mental health, right? How were you during the entire pandemic in terms of your mental health? Like, would you have days where it was really bad? And if so, what did you do to help yourself get out of that funk?
Yeah, it was actually especially it I really felt it during the second lockdown, I think last year or was it this year? I don't remember na sa dami ng
Mm-hmm.
lockdown.
Totoo.
Pero, 'di ba? But I really started to feel it talaga, that like claustrophobic feeling, like that, like the kind of like depression or you can't understand sadness, yung hindi mo talaga siya ma-explain. And I was like, okay, I think this is really like the lockdown um, taking its effect.
Mhm.
But like, I had to like constantly remind myself that, you know, um, it's temporary or everything's gonna be okay. Or I still try to keep myself busy. I
Mhm.
still tried to go for like my regular runs just to like have this like certain routine because if I'm just at home then like nothing really happens. So yeah, it was a lot of like I still did my regular things like
Mhm,
yoga or like a short meditation in the morning or journaling really helps
mhm,
or like in the morning you visualize what you want to happen or even before you sleep you make sure you're healthy, you take your runs. I try to read like my self-help books, listen to a
mhm,
lot of podcasts. What else? I talk to my friends. I only talked to like a few friends, but I talked to my friends, and
mhm,
that's what kept me through the lockdown and the
Mm.
quarantine.
And now, Kylie, you are playing a housemaid, and we know in the movie that that's gonna be, you prepared for it. But is there in real life, the real life Kylie, is there a house chore that you look forward to doing? And is there a house chore that you really suck
Oh
at
my
it?
goodness, this is gonna be so funny. But like, this scene when I was scrubbing the bathtub. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, take. Okay, action. One, two, three, action. I'm scrubbing. Okay, linisin mo yung bathtub. Okay. Linis, linis, linis. Cut! It's like, what? Di ka marunong maglinis! I'm like, actually, I don't know how to clean, guys. I'm like, not. I'm like not I'm not the best like cleaner ganyan because I always grew up with like maids around me. But like I think for the bathtub I scrubbed it and I soaped it and I scrubbed it and I soaped it again. I mean this is the usual thing you do, diba? Pero he was like, di ka marunong maglinis. I'm like, oh nga no.
So that's why
But
it was
at the
a
moment,
difficult role.
it was so difficult. It was crazy because Jake was saying, nako, paano na yan? But um, it's like, I'm the organized chaos type of person. But I like keeping my things in order naman. It's just like I don't like washing dishes. What else? House chores. We have like a vacuum, so that makes it easier here. But like yung walisting and everything. Oh, and like ayun, like giving the dogs a bath.
Mhm,
That's a chore na Jake does for me.
mhm.
Yeah, but I'm not like the biggest fan of like cleaning and like doing house chores.
You're gonna have
How
her wash the
ironic.
dishes,
How
Carla.
ironic
How
considering she
ironic,
plays
diba?
the
Oh my
housemaid and
God.
she's like, I hate house chores.
I
Yeah.
don't like house chores.
Girl, ano ba?
Diba? I mean, we
Okay.
did learn something new today, the term walisting. So that's what we learned from Kylie today. The act of
What's
brooming.
well listing? No, there's no vacuum.
A
We have a vacuum
vacuum.
here.
Hey, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
she can't walis.
You
Yeah.
It's
can't
okay. We
really.
love an honest woman. We love a girl who takes ownership of, who she is and is like, I don't clean, but I'm smart and pretty. Okay? Okay. Kylie, I mean, you've been such a gem and such a joy to have on the show. Thank you for making time for us.
Thank
Like,
you.
like I said earlier, it's really amazing when you get to see a woman succeed in her field and you see her put in the hours and the hard work to get to where she is. And, especially for your craft, it's really difficult to be creative and inspired during this time. And I think we can all agree that everyone now is struggling with being
Yeah.
okay, with
Mhm.
being inspired, with being happy. Do you have any tips or maybe like a message for everybody that's watching right now that might not necessarily be in a good place? Like, what can you tell them to hopefully, lift them up during this time?
I want to tell them that it's really going to be okay, that who you want to be will, whatever you want to achieve, you can still achieve. Like the confident, the most successful version of yourself is still out there and it's very achievable. Just still keep that vision in mind and still keep that dream in mind and work towards it. Yes, maybe times are hard right now, but don't worry, you're still gonna achieve it. And yeah, you have a whole support system around you and just keep on doing you and take it one day at a time.
And
Mm.
how about some advice for the heartbroken people out there? Do you have any?
Ooh, for the heartbroken people, sobrang hirap yan. Like, I really feel for you guys. I know it's so hard talaga now, especially to keep like our relationship in this pandemic. So I commend everyone who stayed together during the pandemic, or actually the pandemic even made things better for them. But for the ones who are struggling, okay lang yan, guys. Okay lang yan. Ikaw mo na yung alalahayan mo. Just just
Mm.
focus on yourself right now. Kaya mo yan. And honestly, it's the best thing to do. Mahalin mo muna sarili mo, and yeah, you're gonna find someone
Mm.
who deserves you and deserves all of you. So just keep on doing you, girl.
And and
Oh,
and and run 5 kilometers a day with, right?
And make
I
sure they
know.
regret it. Make sure they regret it.
I like that last line. Make sure they regret it. Kylie, invite everybody. The Housemaid, it will be showing very, very soon. So please invite everyone
Yes.
to get ready to watch it.
Hey guys, I'm inviting everyone to watch The Housemaid starring me. It's my first lead role, so I hope you guys can catch it. Me, KYLIE Verzosa, Mr. Albert Martinez, Miss Jacqueline Jose, Miss Alma Moreno, Luisa Los Reyes, Elia Liano, and directed by Direk Roman Perez. The Housemaid, streaming exclusively this September 10 only on Viva Max. So guys, download the Viva Max app na, and you can watch a whole library of Viva films since 19 ano pa. So sobrang
Mm.
sulit niya, guys, and watch also so many international films, and most especially The Housemaid.
All right, and we
Yeah.
all know, Kylie, here at the Monster, it is our Monster anniversary month. Pag anniversary nyo ni Jake, is there anything that you guys do differently?
I was asking that I was asking him nga kahapon, like, what do you want to do for anniversary? Actually, when is our anniversary? Is it like December or Feb? Hmm.
I love
Wait lang.
Kylie.
Wait lang. Wait lang talaga. Kasi different eh. But honestly, he knows like my dream destination, and I really wanna go to like Europe or Italy or something. Pero it's hard now. Pero happy na ako with like trip. Sabi ko, because Jake loves to spoil. He loves like giving things. So it's like, you don't have to get me like anything na talaga. Like he loves giving like bags or shoes. You don't have to give me anything. As long as we go on a trip together, okay na ako dun. Like, so I'm just happy with doing with like a short trip together. Like memories over things talaga for me.
Memories over things. That's what we will end with, ladies and gentlemen. Kylie, thank you so much for spending
Thank you.
time with us. And thank you for
Thank
just
you so
hanging
much,
out.
Carla and Rico. Thank you talaga. And bye for my baby.
Thank you. Congratulations on the film. We know there'll be more movies, more roles that you're
Mm.
going to get yourself into. We wish you well. All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Kylie
Thank
Versosa.
you so much, guys. Thanks
Bye,
so much for
Kylie.
having me. Bye bye.
Bye. All
Oh, I
right.
love her. It's not fair. Ang ganda. It's not fair. I remember her from college. I mean, maganda na nga siya nung college eh. Pero unfair. Anyway, thanks for watching, Monsters. We hope you enjoyed. Once again, The Housemaid is coming out exclusively on Viva Max September 10. If you haven't seen the trailer yet, please give it a watch because there's a lot. There's a lot in
I
that
mean,
trailer, right?
scenes pa lang eh, yung steamy scenes,
Mm.
that's what got my attention. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, man. And then, of course, Albert Martinez, Jacqueline Jose, these are
Yep.
powerhouse. And for her to step up and do this, yo, big ups,
Mm-hmm.
diba? Big ups. So don't forget, support the movie Housemaid. Let's see it. Tag those who needs a little bit of thrill in the lives. See what I did there? Yeah, tag them and get to catch the movie. Once again, September 10th, it will be out for Facebook, for YouTube, for Twitch, and on air. She is Carla Aguas.
And he's Rico Robles live. Now
Exclusive interview only on Manila's hottest Monster RX 93.1.